Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. I guess my opening is going to be me saying, I wish I had an opening. I want to start things off by saying that the last episode was a complete mess, to the point where I didn't even promote it. Like, I don't mean like Facebook promote where you pay. Like, the other episodes I've done, I've posted them on Twitter and Facebook and everywhere. I sent them to friends. Last episode, I just let them post I just let the link post wherever it automatically posts. I didn't even tweet it. I think it automatically tweets, but yeah, like I usually like, hey, here's a new episode where I talk about this. But last episode was just a complete mess. I didn't want anybody to hear it. So, it's not like anyone was going to hear it anyway, but yeah. I decided after the mess that was last episode, I don't do well with, like, I don't do a script. I've tried a script, and, because, like, I know I'm bad at scripts and following it from, like, 10 years ago when I started my YouTube channel. I tried to, like, write a script and, like, do a little skit, and I would always go off script, and I would forget my lines and all that, and I sound horrible reading a script. Like, you've heard me read a Wikipedia, and I read like this. It is horrible. You can tell, and it was bad acting and all that. So, better just improvising. But, that being said, there will be a little bit of planning from now on. Bare minimum. And I'm talking, like I said at the end of the last one, when I go to read those entries, I will read them first, so I know what I'm getting into. Granted, I did write them myself, but that was 8 years ago. I don't remember what I wrote. Also, if I know a topic that I'm going to talk about, and like I have like a base, like I'm going to read this Wikipedia article, I'm going to base off that, I'll go over it first. However, also, because of the nature of the show, it's me digressing. I can't pre-read every article that I'm going to read, because I don't know where the path is going to go, where the rabbit hole path is going to lead. So, at least the initial articles I'm going to have read. Except for this time, I don't really have an article. I have something Philip DeFranco said, and I just kind of going off of that. I did do like very minimal research. I trust Philip DeFranco. I'm not saying I didn't believe him, but I wanted to like look further and be like, I wanted more specifics, because he just kind of touched on it. And that okay, before I go into it, my very first episode that was deleted was about streaming services, because I think if you heard my first episode about the introduction, and then the episode, episode number 1 about Super Mario 3D All Stars, you'll know that was my third start. I had recorded and deleted the podcast 3 times before that, or twice before that, one of those, 2 or 3. And that it's like, yeah, it's like rebooting a podcast for the 3rd time or whatever. Well, the first 2 times that I recorded an episode and posted it, the first episode was actually about streaming services. And the second episode, both times, were about Super Mario 3D All Stars. I fully recorded both episodes twice, and then the problem was I had a bad mic. I was using my phone, and I was using my Xbox headset. The first time I was using my phone's mic, which is not very good. And then I was like, oh wait, I'll just use my Xbox headset. And that was even worse. So, I decided the 3rd time I started, which is this time, I have this mic, where I bought a professional mic. And whenever I finally sat down to actually record the official first episode, finally, for the 3rd time, I was like, you know what, I'll just skip the streaming service one. I'll save it for later. Because Man, I was actually complaining about streaming service because at the time I have Spreaker Pro, which that gives you like a lot more recording time. I had the free version before. You can only record for 15 minutes, which, considering some of my episodes go over an hour, and I look down and I go, oh, I've been talking for an hour. Yeah, 15 minutes was nothing. I barely scratched the surface of what I wanted to say. And what I started talking about was me complaining about streaming services. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I only have a few seconds left. Bye! So, yeah. I decided I'd just save it for later, and here I am. So basically, what Philip DeFranco was talking about was Disney decided that they're going to restructure the company, basically, to focus primarily, like the main focus is going to be Disney Plus going forward, which is good. I love that. That's great news, because that's the way the industry has been heading the last few years, where there's been more shows. Because I remember when House of Cards premiered on Netflix, people, I think, if I remember correctly, House of Cards was the first like Netflix original show, and it was the first exclusive streaming show, like big budget, not like a web series or something like on whatever. It was the first, like, of the current trend. House of Cards was the one that started it, and I remember when it came out, there was a lot of people making fun of it, saying, "Oh, this is going to fail. What's Netflix thinking? They're stupid. They're never going to compete with TV." And now, like, most shows release on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. They got Disney Plus originals, HBO Max originals, and pretty much the only thing on cable. I was watching, I think Drew Gooden did a episode of he did a video a few days ago about this, where he was talking about the cable, and the only thing on there is reality shows and singing competitions, sports, and yeah, because no one's watching TV except I know the only people I know that still has cable are the older people who are like, oh, I don't believe in the streaming stuff. I literally had one of my friends who's in his like 60s. He's, set in his ways. He's like, cable's not going to go anywhere. The streaming thing is a fad. It'll go away. It's for the kids to enjoy. House of Cards wasn't for kids. I watched every season. It is not for kids. But yeah, when I saw this news earlier today, the thing that got me really excited, and I literally audibly out loud said, yes! Okay, that some spit came up when I did that. I went, yes! I should probably get a drink of water. No, I'm gonna pause, because, yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing I paused. I just did, it was like 30 seconds just drinking water through a straw. Anyway, what was I saying? The thing that Philip DeFranco said, he's not Phil or Philip, he's Philip DeFranco. Get it right. You have to say both names. He's like, I didn't even realize that until now. Even when I'm talking to somebody about one of the episodes, I'm like, and then Philip DeFranco said, and they're like, why do you say his full name? I don't know. And then, so one thing that Phil said, it's going to be a weird thing, is just saying Phil. One thing Phil said that made me go, yes, was that they had decided that, Disney had decided that, the new Disney Pixar film, Soul, that has been, they've been marketing it, it's coming out, it looks really good, I can't wait to see it. Obviously, it's not going to be able to come out to theater because of everything going on in the world, and they're going to release it straight to Disney Plus. They're just going to release it on Disney Plus. And when he said that, my initial reaction was, oh no, not Mulan again, because I still haven't seen Mulan. I've been excited about Mulan since they announced it a long time ago, and I've been wanting to watch it. I know all the reviews are negative and there's all the controversy. I just want to watch it. I don't care about the controversy behind it. I just want to watch it. It's like me with Star Wars. I don't care about, they say, apparently some of the cast members, they had some controversial statement. I didn't even look into it. I just know that people were wanting to boycott Rise of Skywalker because somebody on the crew said something offensive that offended a small group of people, and I'm like, I just want to watch a movie. Unless, like, it turns out, like, half the crew were, like, pedophiles or something, I'm not going to watch it. Like, I'm not going to watch Cuties. And I'll get to that later. But, what was I talking about? Mulan. There's controversy, I still want to watch it. I'm not paying $30 for it. I'm waiting till December 4th when it releases for free on Disney+. Then I'm going to watch it. Another reason I wasn't going to pay for it was I didn't want to enable them, encourage them, support that. And if they made $1 billion off of Mulan by charging $30 on top of the amount I paid the annual subscription $70. So yeah, because I have so many streaming services, which is, again, I'll get into. But I would always forget, and then all of a sudden, like, I'll go to launch Hulu, and it expired. I gotta go pay it. So I just wanted one less that to worry about. So I just went ahead and paid the annual subscription to Disney+. But on top of that $70, they want another $30 to watch one movie. So that's a no from me. I'm just going to wait till it's free. I did not want to encourage that, so I didn't do it. And so what Phil announced, what he didn't announce, Disney announced, and he reported on it, was that they're just going to release Soul. They're not going to charge the extra $30. They're just going to release it, which is great. It's really good news. Hopefully Mulan was an experiment and it failed. I don't know how much it made. I don't know if they've announced how much it made. I don't know a single person who actually paid to watch it. I'm sure people did because there are reviews of it. So somebody watched it. Somebody paid the $30, but apparently not a lot of people because I have asked around and nobody has seen it that I know. And I know a few people. And where I work, I've asked a few customers, like, did you watch Mulan? And they're like, oh, no, I'm not paying that. So yeah, like, hopefully Disney was, like, they saw those numbers and were like, okay, let's not do that again. That's a bad idea. They made it was $30. They made $90. 3 people paid for it. Total. So when it comes to streaming services, I remember a few years ago, even a couple years ago, maybe even a year ago, the choices were Netflix and Hulu. And everyone was like, you have to pick one or the other. You can't have both. And I was thinking, why not? They were like, they weren't really competitors. I mean, technically all these streaming services are competitors. They all want your money. They all want your eyes watching them. So they're all competitors. But I don't see it that way. I see them as companions to each other. Kind of. Because it used to be, if it's not on Netflix, it's going to be on Hulu. Sometimes. Obviously not everything is on one or the other. But for the most part, if you want, you look on Netflix, it's not on there. I'm going to look on Hulu. Oh, there it is. But now, you have, wait, I'm going to sneeze. Now, what now? Okay, that was weird. Okay. I currently have the following streaming services. COVID. No. I don't have COVID. I have, and there are, Netflix, Hulu. I gotta think because I don't remember all of them. Because there's that many. Netflix and Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Max, Peacock, Prime Video, Shudder, PureFlix, CBS All Access. YouTube Premium technically counts as one. I know there are... Oh, Curiosity Stream. I had that. That one, I think it's like $3 a month. I did the trial and I watched it, and I was actually really liking it, but there's just so many streaming services that I couldn't, I can't watch them all. Crunchyroll. I have that. And so, like, with Curiosity Stream, I did the trial, and I'm like, oh, this is good, this is cool, I might check this out some other time, but I'm not gonna do this now. And that was like a year or two ago, and I found out a couple months ago, I've been paying for it all this time. I just haven't even been watching it. It's like, the charge is so small, I didn't even, it barely made a dent in anything. I'm not saying I'm rich, like, I'm far from being rich, but that's my point. Curiosity Stream is so cheap that it like flew under the radar it would do the charge and I wouldn't even notice, and it didn't do, like, I think I canceled it. I don't remember. It's not that I don't want. It's not that I don't want Curiosity Stream. I still tell people about it. Like, get Curiosity Stream. Curiosity Stream. If you like documentaries, like learning stuff, educational, get Curiosity Stream. It's a great streaming service. I just don't have the time for it. Most of the streaming services I listed, I don't use. My main one, my favorite streaming service out of all of them that I listed, it's one of the newer ones, HBO Max. All of them that I listed, they all have great stuff. But HBO Max has better stuff. I can always find something to watch. Whatever mood I'm in, whatever the occasion, whatever. HBO Max has something I want to watch. Even if I don't know I want to watch it at that moment. And with Netflix, it's... I remember when I started... I've had my Netflix account since 2009. And I actually remember the very first movie I ever streamed. It was on the computer. And it was when I got the account, I got on the computer. And I'm like, what's streaming? What does that mean? And it said, like... the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and it says watch now, and I'm still thinking DVDs, because when I got the account I was having the DVDs shipped to me. That's how long I've had the account. I don't even know if they still do that. I'm sure they do. Actually, hang on, I've got the browser right in front of me. Let me see. But yeah, like, and it said, I don't even remember what it said, like watch now, and I thought it meant like, like, select this button, press this button, and we'll ship it to you, like, within 2 days or something. And then it started playing. It did the DreamWorks Animation logo, or whatever logo it was. And I'm like, wait, is it playing? And I sat down and I watched Cloudy with a Chance at Meatballs on my computer in 2009, and I was freaking out. Like I didn't know this was a thing. Like, how can this happen? Okay, let's see. Wait, what? Oh, I have my caps lock on. No, not Nintendo. Netflix.com. Okay, I don't know if they still deliver DVDs. Probably not. I mean, I'm sure there's probably, like, older people that don't have good internet and can't stream, so, I mean, it'd probably be a good idea to keep this service, because I'm sure there's still people... Oh! Right at the top, DVD. Let's see. How much is it? I bet it's probably expensive, because you're actually shipping something. Let's see. Okay, standard $7.99. That's for one at a time. Premiere, which is two at a time, $12. Yes, wait. Include Blu-ray disc format. Checkbox, yes, I want to include Blu-ray. Wait, I can start a free trial? I can start a free trial of the DVD feature, even though I started out with the DVD feature 11 years ago. So it's like, did they forget that I had this before? I mean, I'm not going to do it. There's one thing I didn't like about it, because I didn't even give this any thought until after I think I canceled my DVD feature. Once I realized the streaming thing was catching on, I actually canceled the DVD section and just kept the... Oh wait, no. I was going to say, I remember when it was 2 different charges. It still is apparently, because you got to pay separately for the DVD. But I was paying for both, and I had to choose one or the other. And I like the streaming because there's the title. I want to watch that. So click on it. I'm watching it. But then with the DVD, it's like, oh, I want to watch that. I can watch that in 2 weeks. Well, now I don't want to watch it. So, there's pros and cons. See, with the DVDs, they have special features sometimes. They don't do that as much anymore. And, 9+ notifications. Oh. There's a lot of notifications here. And telling me about shows. Challenger, The Final Flight is now available to stream. I will watch that later. That actually sounds... The Haunting of Bly Manor. I've seen that advertised everywhere. I did not realize that was... Oh, it's a series. I thought it was a movie. #1 in USA Today. That is a magazine. No, newspaper. But anyway, Hulu. It used to be free. It was a free version. It had a bunch of ads, and it was very limited content. Like, the only things I would watch on Hulu, like, this was back when I was... when I started out with Netflix and Hulu, it was only on my computer. This little tiny screen. It's a 20-inch monitor. And when I found Hulu, it was the free version. Ads at the time, ads didn't bother me. Because I was like, oh, because I'm used to TV. Back then, I was used to TV. There was ads in that. What's the big deal? Why are people complaining about ads? They had like ad blockers and stuff. No, what's the point? They're everywhere. Like, get used to it. And then the only things I would watch Family Guy, Saturday Night Live, and The Simpsons. And then, but like I couldn't watch further back. I could only watch like the most recent like 12 episodes or something. I couldn't watch further back than that. And they would have like the whole series, but you can only watch 12 episodes of any given show. And then they would expire, and then you couldn't watch them unless you paid. So I'm not going to pay for that. I can watch it for free. But eventually in a previous episode, I talked about having a Wii. On the Wii, I installed Hulu and Netflix. I know I had Netflix. I don't remember if I had Hulu. I think I had Hulu. I'm pretty sure I had Hulu on there. But it wouldn't let me actually use it because I had to like pay the premium version. I had to like upgrade to like Hulu Premium, Hulu Plus. That's what it was. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll get Hulu Plus just to watch it on the Wii. Why do I have to pay just to watch it on the Wii? And then I actually paid for it, and I realized, oh, this is so much better. I can watch them uninterrupted. Okay, I think the official moment when ads started to bother me, I don't remember when YouTube Red was a thing, but when they first announced it and they like was doing like the testing for it and all that, and they first released it, or would that be considered releasing when they first opened it up or whatever, there was a free trial, and I got an email saying, "Hey, do a free trial of YouTube Red." And I was looking at the benefits of it. What are the benefits of YouTube Red? It's ad-free. I don't care about that. Ads are no big deal. Original content. Isn't all content on YouTube original for the most part? It's like Philip DeFranco does original content every day. Game Theory, MatPat, he does original content all the time. All of them. A lot of these people do original content all the time. But apparently they meant production quality. But I went ahead and I did the free week trial. I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just try it out. I did the week trial, and at the end, it told me that, your trial is ending, renew now. No, it's nothing special. I'm just going to let it expire, I don't care. And it expired, and the next day I turned on the video, ad popped up. What is this garbage? And 3 or 4 videos is ads every 30 seconds. We're getting really annoyed. I'd already gotten used to uninterrupted videos, and videos that start when you click on them. And I've been subscribed ever since. That's where they got me. That's actually the moment I officially was like, oh, that's the problem with ads. They're intrusive. Because again, I was used to TV. We're raised getting used to being advertised to, because a show, every 10 minutes it'll cut to commercial for 2 minutes, and then just ad. Now back to the show. So I never thought about it because that's what we're used to. And now we got all of these streaming services ad-free, uninterrupted, sometimes with minimal ads. Prime Video does kind of does an ad. Sometimes you'll go to watch something and they'll play a little ad for another one of their programs. That usually happens when you first open the app on your phone or the Xbox or whatever, and a little ad plays for watch The Boys or whatever show is popular now. I don't know. I don't watch any of the original content on Prime. I mainly use Prime Video for Monk. And sometimes there'll be something on there that's only on Prime Video, and I'll watch it there. But I literally only I was using it for Unsolved Mysteries, and I found out it's also on Hulu. I like Prime. It's just Prime has a lot of great stuff. Peacock's also free. It has the same model kind of as Hulu did. Kind of. It has Hulu vibes. I like what they're doing. It's really risky, I think. I don't even know if Hulu still does the free version, because I haven't done the free version. I still pay every month. I don't care. And the Peacock, which is the NBC Universal, that's getting less attention. A lot of people I've talked to about it are like, what's Peacock? Is that for indie movies? No, it's NBC Universal. It's a big one. They got a lot of great stuff. But I don't use it as much. It is free, but there's some. I don't even know if I'm paying for it right now. Okay, let's see. Peacock.com. I don't even know. Peacock.com. Could be .tv for all I know, like Twitch. Hello. Oh, wow, I was close. Oh, wow. I put in peacock.com and it redirected to peacocktv.com. I was double right. It was .com, but it was tv.com. Alright, logging in. I clicked sign in and it's loading the login page. No credit card required. So I can just log in and start watching. do pay for it or I did. One or the other. Because I know that there's some content on here, on there. Well, on here because I'm there now. Sign in. Okay, there we go. I'm in. I know there's some content that you can only watch with the paid account because a lot of it, like the main stuff, is available to watch for free. The first thing I ever watched on Peacock was the day it was launched. I was scrolling through and there's a movie I reference all the time for one scene, and I hadn't seen it since I was little. I love this movie, and I was scrolling through Peacock the day it launched, and I saw fried green tomatoes, and I'm like, I know what I'm watching. And I watched it. It's as good as I remember it. Better. The scene I remember is, I always reference, is the, when, if you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, hopefully this convinces you to watch it. It's the main character, I forget her name, but she's played by Kathy Bates. I think it was late 80s, early 90s, and she's about to pull into a parking space in the grocery store, and these I'm guessing teenagers, these two teenage girls or early 20s or whatever, speed and pull into the parking space. Kathy Bates goes, "Hey, I was gonna park there. Sorry, lady, we're younger and faster." And so Kathy Bates backs her car up and smashes into their car several times. "What are you doing? Are you crazy?" And she goes, "Sorry, girls, I'm older and have better insurance." I love that. That scene has stuck with me all these years, and it's great. Let's see. They have Paranormal Witness. Oh, wait, Monk is on here. Atonement, Columbo. Oh, I haven't been on here in a while. 21 Jump Street. I have never seen that, actually. Everybody Loves Raymond. Okay, now we're going downhill. Shrek. Okay, Shrek. When I was scrolling through the first time, when I first got here, when I first got Peacock, I'm scrolling through, I was like, oh, I can watch all of this. I saw Shrek, and I clicked on it after I watched Fried Green Tomatoes. Because, like, when I first opened the app on my Xbox, I'm scrolling through Fried Green Tomatoes, watch it. And afterwards, I'm scrolling through again, and I saw Shrek, and I clicked on it. You have to have a premium membership to watch this. And so I waited until my next paycheck, because it launched between paycheck, and so I was able to watch. And Harry Potter 1 through 8 is on here, which is a great. Wait, 7 and 7. Oh, yeah, that's right. 8 is 7 part 2. Saturday Night Live. 46 seasons? Wait, it's all 46 seasons on here. Because that's not even on Hulu. Hulu has the first in. Let's see. My best friend just messaged me. Okay, let's see. I'm recording and just said hi to you. Well, hi. Okay, let's see. I didn't actually until I said hi after I said I typed that. Let's see. I'm recording and just said hi to you. Okay, technically I didn't lie because I said hi before I sent it, but after I typed it, I don't know. So, Saturday Night Live, let's see. What episodes are loading? You know what? Instead of going to their websites, I should have used my Xbox and used the apps, because I think that'll probably load faster than the website, because it's not even respond. There it is. Wow, I think it is all of them. Is it missing any episodes? Let's see. Season 32, episode 1, Michael Phelps. Okay, go to a random episode. 26, season 26, episode 1, Rob Lowe, 2000. What are you recording? Podcast. As I said, no one listens to me. Not even my best friend. But she's busy, I get that. It's nothing against you. Well, okay, yeah, she's not going to hear this. Again, nothing against her. She's busy. She has a life outside of everything else. Let's see. Sports debate. What's that? I'm not into sports, but why is it under an SNL? Anyway, that's Peacock on Hulu and everything. See, one thing that I wanted, that I kind of got out of the Philip DeFranco basically inspired this episode. One thing I got out of his little segment, it was kind of this, like Disney announcing, they're restructuring the company to focus more on, put more focus on Disney Plus, and that's what they're doing that with HBO Max, and there's a more streaming emphasis basically, and all of oh. And AMC's announcing they could be out of money by the end of the year, and all these chains are closing because they're not releasing movies. Where I work, some of the regulars actually work at the movie theater nearby, and they keep telling me that most of the movies, because we geek out about movies sometimes when it's slow, and they know I'm a huge movie fan. Movie buff, I guess you'd say. And they tell me that nothing's really showing except classics. They'll show like Back to the Future, The Dark Knight, Psycho, like old movies. And yeah, that's because they gotta play something to stay open. Because, they'll go bankrupt and close, and then more theaters. So they gotta show something. So they're reaching into these and getting the old movies out and stuff, which is fine. See, my thoughts on movie theaters, I don't hate movie theaters. Before all of this happened, I would try to go see a movie at least once a month. And in December of 2019, I actually saw a movie every Friday. Just because it was the last month of the year, and I wanted to get some last minute movies in. I watched Little Women, Rise of Skywalker, and a couple other movies. I don't even remember. I watched a bunch. I posted them on Facebook. I can just go look. I don't want to right now. I watch movies basically. But I watched Sonic the Hedgehog in theaters the day before they announced everything was closing. And I didn't even know that was going to happen. I was like, what the heck, I'll watch Sonic. And then the next day, we're closing everything. I was like, I see movie theaters, my thoughts on them closing is, like, it's always, the way I always heard it described, like, in the old days, with the old movie theaters, the old picture shows, is, it was an event. It was a big deal to go see a movie in the theater, on the big screen. And it's not an event anymore. It's just, heck, I'm gonna go see a movie. What the heck? No big deal. And I guess that's not really a bad thing. It's just a movie. It's go see a movie in the theater. But I think it should go back to being an event. Like, not every movie has to be released on the big screen. Like, if they do continue, I think theater should continue in some form, but not the way that they're currently doing. The theater near me has, like, I think, like 20 screens, and they're always playing something, even if it's a small movie. And I think they shouldn't be that that many screens showing 30 different movies. Like, for example, I heard someone say, like, you could use, like, a big football stadium. Like, those things seat 30,000 people. Have, like, this massive screen and have, like, play Endgame. Release that and have a big event. Save the theater, save the big screen for the event movies like Endgame or Avatar or something. Last year, like, I would watch, like, pretty much all the big movies. I watched, like, Toy Story 4, Endgame, Star Wars, all of those. But then one week, I'd already seen all the big movies. I didn't want to. There's nothing to watch, so I watched a movie called Yesterday. It's a smaller movie, like more scaled down. It was really good, though. It was about this guy. He was a struggling magician. He hits his head, and he wakes up in a world where everyone forgot about the Beatles, and only he remembers the Beatles. And he writes all these Beatles songs and becomes this huge sensation. And it's a really good movie. It's just, it wasn't a big screen movie. Like, it felt more like a straight to Netflix movie, which that's not a bad thing. That used to be an insult. Like, my friends would say that was an insult. Like, I don't remember what movie it was. A friend of mine was a huge fan of this movie series, and then, like, one of the sequels ended. It was straight to Netflix. It was a Netflix original, and he said, "Oh, that just shows the quality of that. I'm not going to watch it." And I don't think he's ever watched it. But that's the future. There's a lot, like, pretty much everything is straight to Netflix or Hulu or whatever. It's not just the future, that's the present. We're in the future. Cable's a thing of the past, basically. We're going to look back and be like, can you believe we paid $150 a month? There's a joke that everyone used to say, 1,000 channels and nothing on, and that's true. It's so expensive, like in that Drew Gooden video I was talking about earlier. He was showing like, I think his cable bill is like $130, and all he watches is the sports. I don't do sport. I don't care. I wouldn't do that. But he also pointed out, and I've pointed out, and everyone's pointed out, you can have all these streaming services and still pay less than had you gotten cable, and it's better selections. See, if you have cable, you can only watch what's currently on or what you've recorded. And I guess they have on demand or something. It's kind of limited. But I have all these streaming services. I have thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of titles and content, like, within reach. I can just watch almost anything. There's almost nothing I can't watch. Whenever I want, wherever I want. And I'm paying less than had I gotten cable. So yes, it makes perfect sense that Disney's restructuring to focus on Disney Plus and not releasing one of their next big budget movie, like, not releasing their next big budget movie in theaters and releasing it for free on Disney Plus. I mean, they're not going to make anything. I mean, I don't know how that works, because I know, like, when you stream songs on Spotify, the artist, every time you listen to it, the artist gets, like, a fraction of a penny or something. So when you get millions and millions of listens, then they make something. I don't know if it works the same way on streaming services, where they're going to make that money back because everyone's going to watch that movie, or I don't know. Point is, at least from this side of the industry, it makes sense, because I want to watch Mulan on the big screen, but at the same time, I just want to watch it. If they were to... Oh wait, no, they are. I was going to say, if they were going to release it for free, like, they are. Well, technically, they're going to pay for the streaming service, but I already have it. But, yeah, if they were to release it right this second and say, forget the $30, we're going to release it now. I'm going to watch it right now. But if they, on December 4th, if they make it available on Disney Plus for free and have it available on the big screen, I'm going to go watch it on the big screen. Maybe, I don't know. I say that, but then, like, do I really want to do that? Because I've already gotten used to not going to the theater once a month. Because I would literally, I would plan I don't really, like I said, I don't plan far ahead, because, as Harry Potter says, in Deathly Hallows Part 2, we plan, we get there, all hell breaks loose. That's me. I would plan for things, and then, oops, I'm homeless. And stuff like that. Stuff happens all the time. There's no point in plan. Like, I plan the little things, but I'm not going to say, like, oh, in 5 years I'm going to have a big house and be married with the 10 kids and have a big car. Which, I don't know if the big car would have to do anything. I would have a horse-drawn buggy. I don't make those kind of plans because you can't plan like that. But I would like miniaturely plan, like small, like short-term plan. I do that all the time. I don't long-term plan. That's basically, because I made the mistake of telling somebody long ago. I told someone at my church years ago, I don't plan ahead. That's all I said. And then, to this day, they still act like I don't plan at all, in any capacity at all. And I just wing everything, ever, always. Which is not the case. I still plan ahead. It's like small scale, short term. I have the next 3 weeks planned, somewhat, kind of. It's like okay, here's another way to word it. I have a rough outline of what my next 3 weeks are going to be like. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm not just talking about specifically the next 3 weeks. It's like, then after that, I don't know. It's I usually short-term plan, outline the next 3 weeks. Why am I talking about this? Okay, yeah. Because back when the movie theaters were open, I would plan, like, which week of the month I was going to go see a movie, and I would plan around that. So, like, that week, I'm going to go see Toy Story 4. And nobody is going to interrupt that. You hear me? You want to invite me to something? Well, don't. No one ever invites me to anything. So, me telling people not to invite me to something is completely pointless, because they're not going to invite me to anything anyway. There's an amusement park, like, in the area that I live. I don't know how far it is. 10 miles, 100 miles, I don't know, but close enough that everyone talks about it, and everyone here has been there, called Kings Island. And I think I'm the only person here who has never been. And every time I say that, like, everybody freezes and looks at me. What? I've never been. How have you never been to Kings Island? I don't get out of my house other than work and church. I don't do anything. I don't have any friends. I have coworkers that I have on Facebook. Wow, I really digressed. I'm living up to the name of this podcast. The Digressor. Okay, another podcast that I want to talk about really quick is Shudder, which I mentioned it earlier when I was listing which ones I have. Shudder is a horror movie streaming service. They have horror movies. They even Shudder has original horror films. I don't subscribe to that one all the time. I basically only subscribe to it around this time of year because Halloween. The month of October, I'm subscribed to Shudder, and I subscribed this month. I've yet to watch anything. I went on there. I want to go. I really want to watch Friday the 13th. Like, not just the first one. I want to watch the whole series. In my horror movies episode, I talked about how one Halloween I watched every Halloween movie, even the Rob Zombie reboots. and then the next Halloween I watched the first 6 Friday the 13th, and then I got called to work or something, and I never finished it. And I've been wanting to. At this point, it's been so long. I just start over. That's from the beginning, and Shudder has the first one, the 4th one, and the 5th one because logic. I know licensing and all that, but if try to get the whole thing. They have the collection, the complete collection on Amazon for like $150, but that's a no. So I don't know how I'm gonna watch it. I do want to watch it. I still want to watch it, but it's not on Shudder. I mean, I could probably watch. I'll just rewatch the first one and be like, "Hi, watch Friday the 13th." And then somebody just messaged me who. Oh no, my sister just messaged me. Yeah, I'm gonna pause the recording. Okay, I'm back. Well, actually, it's only been a split second for you, but it's been like an hour for me, or 20 minutes? I don't know. Everything's fine, she just needed to vent about something. What's funny is at one point, it was like a few minutes after I hit pause, because I'm sitting on the edge of my bed, and I have my phone sitting on a little side table. I set the mic, which is attached through a cable to my phone, and I set the mic on the table, picked up my phone, and I went to lay down, and I yanked the mic off, and it slammed onto the floor, and I'm like, oh no, I broke the mic, and I don't know if it sounds different. I can't tell, because I've said this before, if I stop the recording, that's it. There's no adding to it. So if I sound funny, then that's why. Wait. I want to try something. If I sound funny right now, it's because my mic fell. I don't know why they have that echo feature on this mic. There's a lot of audio edit tools, features, whatever, and they added echo. That's, I don't know, that's just weird to me. Anyway, what was I talking about? Well, I don't even remember what this episode was about. I'm staring at a page that says Saturday Night Live. And people may also like the Carol Burnett show. Streaming service. Okay, streaming services. I was so distracted talking to my sister that I forgot the entire premise of the episode. Which ones have I talked about? No, I haven't talked about PureFlex, because I remember thinking, when I got the message from her, I was like, okay, and then PureFlex. But then, yeah. That one, I don't watch that much anymore. Okay, so if you've never heard of PureFlex, it's a Christian streaming service. PureFlex is the studio that made God's Not Dead, the trilogy of movies. And they made a few other movies. Despite what a lot of people say, I actually like those movies. And I actually used to get into debates with people. Sometimes fellow Christians, sometimes non-believers. And they would say, these are the worst movies ever made. And I'd be like, really? The worst ever? And they're like, yes, they are! And, I mean, they're not the best, but they're far from the worst. They have their flaws. They do have their flaws. Especially in the second one, they put it in the trailer where they have that Congress person, that senator, he goes, we are going to prove once and for all that God is dead. And I was like, wow, they're not even subtle anymore. So, like, they're not the best movies ever made, but I still like them. They're fun to watch. And they have a somewhat good story. The third one is by far the best, which by far. It's not really saying much, but the third one is good. But, however, when they first started the service, it was... I don't know how to word this. Just Christian movies? They would have... Okay, if... I know, I didn't subscribe when it was in this form. When it was the original version of... I mean, the, like when Netflix first started, they had limited streaming options. Like, they had more titles available to ship as a DVD than they had for streaming. And now, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that the streaming far outweighs the DVD. And there wasn't enough to watch on Netflix, and now the problem is there's too much to watch. And with Pureflix in their early days, they didn't have a lot, and what they did have was the over-the-top Christian movie like The God's Not Dead, except like to the extreme, which even as a Christian I would watch those and be like, okay, this is cringy. When your demographic is watching the movie thinking this is cringy, grunge, this is grungy, that's not the message they were going for. But now they have a lot better content now. It's more varied, but it's actually, I don't remember exactly, but like the things that I saw the last time, I'm not currently subscribed, I don't think. Again, it comes down, it's like the Curiosity Stream. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I don't have the time. And basically, the streaming services that I have that I don't watch, that I still subscribe to, it's only because of the profiles, and I have people on the profiles, and I only keep them open for those people. And I do it for them. But then the streaming services that don't have profiles, like Curiosity Stream and Pureflix, I don't really have time for, so I don't pay for them. I mean, I will sometimes. Let's see, pureflix.com. The content they have now is very... Wait, what? Pure Cycle. That's not what I... pureflix.com. There we go. What? Says page can't be reached. Does it not exist anymore? Like, I was just on this site like a month ago. Okay, Bing search, Pureflix. Pureflix. Sign up. Okay, sign in. I had to do a Bing search. Oh yeah, I don't use Google search. I use Bing. Because I'm different. Alright, let's see. It still remembers my credentials. Sign in. We're sorry, something went wrong. I may have changed my password. Let's see. Let's see. That's not enough dots. Let's see. Alright. Nope. I should probably pause the recording for this. Alright, that's enough dots. Let's see. Oh, I can... Yep, that's the right password, maybe. I don't know. Sign in. That's not the right password. Okay, let's see. Old password. Sign in? Nope, still not it. No? Okay, forgot password. Email, send me a what? We're sorry, something went wrong. So... Okay. I have an account. I know I do. I was just... Actually, I think I'm signed in on the app on my phone. So let me see. Where is the app on my phone? There it is. Pureflix. Actually, I can just... Instead of going to the website, I can just browse the app. Maybe. I don't know if it lets me.
Sleeper Agent. That is, it looks like a spy movie. Homeschooled. Be still and know the dark. Finding normal. Alright, where are the weird ones that I was thinking about? What's this? The Beverleys. It kind of looks like, for the thumbnail, kind of looks like Clueless. Oh, they finally okay. Pureflix. They make God's Not Dead. When I first subscribed to them a couple years ago, they didn't have God's Not Dead. And now here I'm seeing the first two, which they don't have to have that. I actually I don't have a lot of physical media. Oh, actually, I've got them right here. I looked over. I have a small stack of DVDs and Blu-rays that I bought over the year. Because I started a new collection a year ago, and I've got a small one. I looked over and I couldn't find God's Not Dead. I have the side table I talked about that I put my mic on. This is the Blu-ray 3-movie collection, God's Not Dead trilogy. I got it right here. Like I said, I like these movies. I really do. But I don't have to have them streaming because I got them. Well, here's a movie that I wasn't expecting. Just by the title, I don't know what it's about, but it's on Pureflix, called Bible Idiots. Let's see. We are idiots for believing the Bible. I really did not expect this to be on Pureflix. A family of stand-up comedians tour the country. Oh. Summary. It is a stand-up comedy special. That makes more sense. Okay. I was like, wow, are they really branching out? They have the Little Rascals, Sherlock Holmes, Beverly Hillbillies, Dennis the Menace, Bonanza, I Love Lucy, Hardy Boys, Shirley Temple, Black Beauty, Dick Van Dyke, Three Stooges, Ozzie and Harriet, Roy Rogers, Annie Oakley. Dragnet. See, that's what I'm talking about. When I think Pureflix and the Christian streaming service, I'm thinking Left Behind, that sort of thing. God's Not Dead, War Room, Flywheel, that sort of stuff. And here I am seeing all this classic TV shows, which I understand. They're like more wholesome. You're not going to find on here a lot of the stuff you do now. It's more wholesome, I think. Let's see. Now, if they have Andy Griffith, that I'm actually surprised I didn't see that. No, there it is. Let's see. Cartoons. Oh, Bible Man. Okay, I see a lot of people being nostalgic for Bible Man. I've even seen some atheist channels on YouTube that say, okay, I give them that. Bible Man was good. And I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen it. The only thing I know about Bible Man is people are nostalgic for Bible Man, and they have it on Pureflix. The Jungle Book, Secret Adventures, Treasure Tramps. Okay, I don't know any of these. Genesis 7. And there's a picture of a spaceship. Explore the deepest reaches of God's greatest creation, the universe, with the crew of Genesis 7 as they travel through space. I don't remember that part of the Bible. God Rocks playlist. Uninvited. Gospel and homily. Upside. Okay, another Band Slam. It looks like a Camp Rock knockoff. Let me guess. Okay, Band Slam. It looks like a band camp. The Camp Rock. That's what I meant. It looks like a Camp Rock knockoff. Let me guess. There's probably going to be something called Sunday School Musical or something. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something called that. That'd be stupid. Actually, I'm curious. I do a search on PureFlix for Sunday School Musical. Wait, something. There's the result. Bedbug Bible Gang. Huh. I'm curious. Is there something called that? Let's see. On Bing, Sunday School Music. Wait. Suggestion. Oh no. Oh no. 2008 Sunday School Musical. It has an IMDb page. Oh, it's a real thing. It's on Prime Video. Oh, okay. There, I have been meaning to do have been meaning to talk about this. And one thing I wanted to touch on when I knew I was going to talk about streaming services is an app and a website that I've been telling everybody about. I've been even casually mentioning it as if it's a big thing. Everyone uses it. Why aren't you using it? It's called Yidio. Yidio. And it is amazing and very useful. I use it literally every day. And basically, what it is you, instead of looking on, like, it's like, oh no, what show? Okay, I'm gonna use Sunday School Musical as an example. Where is Sunday School Musical streaming? I'm gonna search. Do I want to manually search Netflix, Hulu, everything for that? No, I do not. So I'm gonna come here to Yidio and type Sunday School Musical. I misspelled musical. There we go. Sunday School Musical. And wait for it to come up. There it is. And like I said, oh wait. It's available to rent on Amazon. It's on Tubi, FlixFling, never heard of that, Pluto, and Vudu. Okay, let's get an example of something that is available on something. Okay. Parks and Recreation. Let me use that as an example. You can search that on shows. Titles that are shows that have episodes and seasons. They literally go episode by episode. Because, like Netflix sometimes will only have half a series. And they'll start at season 5 for some reason. Okay, pilot episode of Parks and Rec is available on Sling, Prime Video, Fubo, Hulu, Amazon. You can rent to own, or buy to rent to own. You can, okay, from here on, the next series are owned. You can buy it on Amazon, Vudu, and Google Play. And that's the pilot. Let's go to the last episode, season 8. Wait, did that show end? Wait, oh. Okay. There's a template on the site, and I don't think they can change it. Season 8, I don't know if there is a Season 8. All that's listed here is a Park and Recreation Special. So, actually, let's see. Is that on anything? That is on Hulu only. See, that's why they do it episode by episode. Not everything is available on everything. Alright, Season 7, the very last episode, is available on Prime Video, Hulu. You can buy it on Amazon, Hulu, Vudu, and Google Play. See, not the entire series isn't available on everything that the pilot was available on. So that's why they do that. Well, I'm gonna look at something less. All right, Hocus Pocus. That's on Disney Plus. You can buy it on Google Play, Amazon, and Vudu. So that's what Yidio is good for. And I love it. Like I said, I use it literally every day. And I highly recommend using it. Like I said, I casually mention it in conversation. Somebody will be like, oh, today, a friend and I were talking about Oh crap! Coworker and I were talking about a movie, and I don't remember because we got a rush afterwards, and I forgot. We were talking about a movie, and oh wait, it would be in my search because it does the search history. Let's see. Insidious: The Last Key. Oh no, that one's available only to rent or buy on Google Play, Amazon, and Video. But she and I were talking about it, and she was like, I don't know if it's available on Netflix. I was like, I'll just check Yidio. And she was like, what's Yidio? And I did that. I was like, you never heard of Yidio? And then I explained it to her, and I showed her, and she thought it was cool. Let's see. The first Insidious. I've never seen Insidious, but I really want to. First Insidious, it's available. It's okay. Pretty much everything is available to rent and buy on Google Play, Amazon, and Vudu. So I'm gonna stop mentioning them on these results. The only thing that is available on is Apple TV Plus. Is there a difference between Apple TV and Apple TV Plus? Because I don't have an Apple product, so I don't know. Let's see. Let's go down. Guns Akimbo. Guns Akimbo. I've heard of that. And you have too, kind of. I didn't know the name until a friend showed me. You know that meme of Daniel Radcliffe looking like a homeless person holding up a gun in each hand? Yeah, that's a new movie. It just came out. It's called Guns Akimbo. It's available on Prime Video. Hobbs and Shaw. I watched that recently, and I don't remember where. Let's see. Hulu. HBO Max. That's where I watched it. See, there's always something to watch on HBO Max. And it's also available on Roku channel. Okay, that's different. Alright, let's see. Megamind! I remember that movie. It's available on Prime Video. What is this? Deathgasm? I don't know. It's available on... What's popping... Something popped up on my screen. Prime Video, Tubi, and Apple TV Plus Shudder. But you get the point. Yidio is an amazing app, and it really isn't me changing the subject because it is related to streaming services. I didn't really change the subject. The last one I'll talk about, because this is getting kind of long, and I feel like I'm rambling, which that's the point of this podcast, but, like, it's not as bad as episode 7, it's the last one, but I'll just end it by talking about this real quick. And I hear people making fun of it, and when I tell people I have this streaming service, they're like, why? CBS All Access. Everyone says, well, everyone that I talk to about it says it's the most pointless streaming service. It is not. It is late. It is a great service. I will go there. Let's see. CBS. Wait, actually, I think I have the app on my phone too. I do. Okay, well, actually, hang on. Let me see. CBS All app. No, never mind. I'm just going to look on the app. RuPaul. When RuPaul Drag Race is available on CBS All Access. That's the feature title. One Day at a Time. Star Trek Discovery. Okay, so I actually subscribed to CBS All Access for 3 reasons. Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard, and The Twilight Zone. I have watched Season 1 of Star Trek Discovery, the first episode of Picard, and the first episode of The Twilight Zone. I didn't continue, not because I didn't like these shows. I actually loved them. I especially loved Discovery. I just... say it with me. Don't have time. But I really like The Twilight Zone. It's the first reboot to actually be good.
Because there's the original one. They're never going to top the original. The original is classic. And yeah, the 80s revival tried to be the classic, and it failed. It was okay. There was a couple of good episodes. And the 2002 one, we won't talk about. In this one, they're not trying to be that. They kind of have the same intro. But they made it their own. They did something new. It's not trying to be the old one. They're telling their own stories. Granted, I've only seen the first episode, so for all I know, the other episodes are just remakes of classic. I don't know. Just from what I've seen, because I haven't seen every Twilight Zone episode. I haven't seen every one of the revival episodes. But what I have seen, what I said stands. Speaking of revivals of things like Twilight Zone and being its own, when they did, because I grew up watching Unsolved Mysteries, and that's another thing I watch on Prime Video. I think I said that. I use it for, I think I said I use Prime Video just for Monk. That was kind of an exaggeration. I also use it for the Walking Dead. I buy the season pass and I watch The Walking Dead on there. I also use it for Doctor Who, which the new Doctor Who is on there. Everyone says, oh, the BBC took it out of America. You can't watch it here without paying BBC. No. If you wait a season after it airs, it's available as part. It's included with Prime. So that's how much people ignore Prime. Doctor Who is in America on Prime. But I also use it for Unsolved Mysteries, which is weird now that I think about it, because Netflix did they're doing the revival of Unsolved Mysteries, and Unsolved Mysteries is on Prime and Hulu, and not on Netflix. But yeah, the revival, when I heard they're doing a revival of Unsolved Mysteries, my initial reaction was not yay. It was crap. Because they've tried that. They had someone else come in. Robert Stack's voice made that show. It was scary because of Robert Stack. Even the boring, pointless. There was some stories they covered that was like they were just trying to fill time. His voice made it scary. His voice made the filler stories even better. And then whenever he passed away in 2004, they tried to do they tried to continue it. Or I don't know if it was a continuation or a revival or a reboot, but they had a logo change, and they got a different host with a completely different voice, which didn't fit the tone, and it wasn't any good. I did not like that. And so when I heard Netflix was doing it, I was like, oh no, just let it go. Just buy the rights and put the show on Netflix and let's leave it at that. Maybe put an update at the end of the episodes that have updates, but don't ruin it. But then I've seen the first 2 episodes of the new Unsolved Mysteries, and I was like, one thing I was worried about is, what are they going to do for a host? How are they going to top Robert Stack? I mean, you know what they did to replace Robert Stack? They didn't. There is no host. No narration by a host. The only narration of the people that live through it are the ones telling the story. There's no host or overall narration. The people, because you know how in Unsolved Mysteries, Robert Stack would be the one telling the story, and then it would cut to the people that live through it telling their little section, and then it would cut back to Robert Stack. They cut the host out entirely, and it's just the people that live through it telling their stories with the dramatizations. And I love that. It is brilliant. If they tried to replace Robert Stack, or tried to get someone that sounded like him, or copy that style, it would suck. But no, this is amazing. I love it. I said I was going to stop after CBS All Access. Again, living up to the title. But yeah, I will end it here. I've been talking for a long time. My sister just messaged again. She's just okay, yeah, no, she's not venting. It was just a funny message. So I am going to stop here and message my sister again. How long have I been talking? I'm not even on the recording app right now. This is a long one. It took me longer to record this than it actually is because I had to stop it for a long time. So, yeah. And with that, I will still not have an outro. Let's see. How do I... once again, I grabbed the mouse and was like, oh no, how do I stop recording? And it's not on the computer, it's on my phone. Okay, I'm going to end this right